Under the golden glow of Beverly Hills, where palm trees sway and city lights shimmer through the night, stands Avril Lavigne's mansion, a place where rock and roll attitude meets Hollywood luxury. Once the pop-punk princess who turned rebellion into an anthem, Avril now lives surrounded by marble halls and designer pieces that mirror her fearless spirit. This isn't just a house, it's her world of rhythm, fashion, and freedom. The ultimate reflection of Avril Lavigne's Hollywood nights. Every story of rebellion has its roots, and Avril Lavigne's began in the heart of small-town Canada, where a young girl dreamed louder than anyone around her. Avril Ramona Lavigne was born on September 27, 1984, in Belleville, Ontario. Her father, believing in her spark, turned their basement into a mini music studio packed with guitars, a keyboard, and a drum kit. While other kids played outside, Avril was downstairs with a microphone, learning rhythm, attitude, and the art of defiance. By 5, she was already performing at local fairs, singing Garth Brooks and Shania Twain songs with fearless confidence. At 14, she won a radio contest and shared the stage with Shania herself, a defining moment that lit the fire she would never let fade. And she wasn't just a singer. She was also the girl who played hockey with the boys and was named Most Valuable Player twice, proving early that she could take a hit, both on the ice and in life. At 16, that fiery ambition led her out of Napanee. She was discovered singing covers in a bookstore where manager Cliff Fabry spotted something raw and unpolished, a voice that could slice through the noise. Demo tapes led her to New York, to studio sessions with songwriter Peter Zizzo, and finally to Antonio Los Angeles Reed of Arista Records, who signed her to $1 million deal before she even graduated high school. Avril packed her life into a guitar case and a backpack, moved to the United States, and turned her journal entries into anthems. In June 2002, her debut album Let Go exploded like a spark in a gasoline world. Complicated, Sk8er Boy and I'm With You defined a generation, raw, rebellious, and real. That same year, she sold more albums than any other debut artist on earth, earning her 4 Juno Awards and 8 Grammy nominations, including Best New Artist and Song of the Year. By 2003, Complicated had won the International Achievement Award at the SOCAN Awards, and Avril was crowned the pop-punk princess of the early 2000s. Her success was more than commercial. It was historic. In 2004, she became the youngest female artist to reach #1 on the United Kingdom Albums Chart, earning a Guinness World Record that still stands as a symbol of her early dominance. Her second album, Under My Skin, released that same year, carried darker, deeper tones, reflecting the turbulence of youth and fame colliding. It debuted at #1 in several countries, winning her 2 World Music Awards and 3 more Junos for Artist of the Year and Pop Album of the Year. Then came The Best Damn Thing in 2007, loud, colorful, and unapologetic. The Single Girlfriend became a global phenomenon, topping charts in more than 20 countries. Its video made history as the first to surpass 1 million views on YouTube, redefining what it meant for a pop artist to dominate the digital era. That same period brought her more BMI and ASCAP awards, marking her place not just as a performer, but a songwriter whose work resonated across generations. By 2008, Avril was no longer just a musician. She had evolved into a brand. She launched her fashion line, Abby Dawn, and later her fragrances Black Star and Forbidden Rose. In 2009, Billboard ranked her 10th among the best pop artists of the 2000s, a decade-defining acknowledgement of her staying power. But life has a way of testing even the fiercest spirits. In 2014, Avril's world went quiet when she was diagnosed with Lyme disease. For 2 years, she was bedridden, too weak to sing, too tired to move. The girl who had once screamed defiance into microphones now fought simply to breathe. Yet from that pain came a new purpose. In 2019, she released Head Above Water, a soaring ballad born from survival. It earned her renewed critical praise and millions of fans who saw their own battles reflected in her voice. By 2022, she roared back with Love Sucks, returning to the raw energy that started it all. That same year, Avril received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a glittering symbol of a two-decade journey that began with teenage dreams in Ontario. Through it all, her accolades kept mounting. Over 160 awards, including 6 ASCAP Awards, 7 BMI Awards, 8 Juno Awards, and 6 World Music Awards. In 2012, Music Television ranked her among the 100 greatest women in music, placing her legacy alongside the icons who shaped modern sound. By 2024, Avril had released greatest hits and embarked on a worldwide tour, performing for sold-out crowds across North America and Europe. On stage, the energy was just as fierce, but the woman behind the mic was different, wiser, grounded, and finally at peace with her story. After all the chaos, fame, and years of defiance, Avril finally found what she had been chasing all along: peace. These days, when the stage lights fade, she returns to her Beverly Hills mansion, where music, art, and California sunlight fill every corner. Let's explore Avril Lavigne's home together. Beverly Hills Mansion. Hidden behind lush hedges in the elite enclave of Trousdale Estates, Avril Lavigne's Beverly Hills Mansion isn't just a home, it's a declaration of balance, artistry, and rebirth. This 4,000-square-foot modern oasis is where California minimalism meets the heart of a rock legend. From the street, the house is modest. A private gate, a short concrete path, and a wall of greenery that conceals everything beyond. But the moment you step inside, the world changes. The air feels lighter. The sound fades away. Every surface glows like it was carved from sunlight. A narrow path leads to the front door, framed by bamboo and palm trees whispering in the wind. The entrance, sleek and understated, opens into a blinding expanse of Venetian plaster walls and quartz floors, polished to mirror brightness. The sunlight spills in through floor-to-ceiling glass, reflecting across the white surfaces like the first shimmer of a spotlight on stage. Here, you can almost hear Avril's life slow its tempo. The chaos of tours and cameras is replaced by quiet, a deliberate kind of silence. Every room connects through open passageways, letting light drift freely through the space, like music moving from verse to chorus without interruption. The living room is the heart of the house, pure white, serene, yet full of emotion. A double-faced fireplace anchors the center, splitting the space between lounge and dining. Its clean lines and bronze-trimmed mirror add warmth to the otherwise cool palette. The furnishings are low and modern, a long sectional sofa in ivory, soft camel-toned ottomans, and a textured beige rug grounding the room. Against the wall, a bold, abstract painting in red, orange, and cobalt blue bursts like a rebellious riff in an otherwise calm melody, a visual echo of Avril herself. Beyond the fireplace, a walnut dining table stretches across a room lined with modern art. On one side, a massive canvas of red and orange sweeps across the white wall. On the other, cool ocean tones counterbalance it, creating visual harmony. Above, a sculptural chandelier floats like a woven cloud. The diamond-patterned quartz floor subtly directs your eye through the home's open layout, an architectural melody that ties every space together. It's easy to picture Avril here with close friends, the table scattered with notebooks, coffee mugs, and the beginnings of a new song. The chef's kitchen is a corridor of high-gloss precision. Every cabinet surface gleams like liquid glass. The marble countertops, streaked with soft gray veins, stretch endlessly beneath skylights that flood the space with natural light. A Long Island doubles as both workspace and social hub, connecting seamlessly to the breakfast nook. A cozy corner where Avril starts her mornings, journaling or sketching melodies while overlooking the pool. This kitchen feels less like a place to cook and more like a place to breathe, to reset, to refocus, to start over. In the primary bedroom, stillness reigns. Sunlight pours through sliding glass doors that open directly to the terrace. The palette shifts slightly warmer here. Beige bedding, caramel pillows, and soft throw blankets that invite you to exhale. Along one wall, custom built-ins hide both a writing desk and display shelves, where personal mementos, framed lyrics, a platinum record, a worn-out Doc Martens boot, remind her of every version she's been. This is Avril's private rhythm, where the lights go down, the city hums in the distance, and the only sound is the faint echo of her own guitar through an open window. The ensuite bathroom could easily belong to a luxury spa. At its center lies a sunken soaking tub, surrounded by soft mosaic tiles that shimmer in daylight. Overhead, a skylight floods the room with brightness, while glass doors open to a tiny private courtyard with a single tree, a minimalist symbol of life and grounding. To the side, a walk-in rainfall shower lined in pebblestone offers both openness and intimacy. The vanity, sleek and white, reflects every trace of sunlight that filters in. A delicate scent of eucalyptus and vanilla lingers in the air, the kind that signals peace after a long day under stage lights. Here, Avril finds her reset button. After years of touring, she's learned that silence and steam can heal as deeply as applause. Step back through the glass doors and you're met by a scene of cinematic calm. The lap pool stretches the length of the house, a mirror of turquoise bordered by manicured grass. White loungers line the edge, perfectly placed for an afternoon escape. The courtyard, enclosed yet open to the sky, acts as the home's heartbeat, an intersection of light, air, and privacy. The trickle of a small fountain blends with birdsong and breeze, creating an atmosphere that feels almost meditative. When night falls, the pool glows with underwater lighting. The glass walls shimmer like crystal, and the soft hum of Beverly Hills nightlife echoes faintly below the canyon. This mansion isn't just where Avril Lavigne lives. It's where she's grown. Every inch of white, every line of glass, every quiet reflection speaks to transformation. Once known for her punk defiance, she now commands her world with calm precision. From the quiet space of her Beverly Hills mansion, step out into the garage, where her world turns in the powerful sound of the engine. And now, let's explore with us the luxury car collection that Avril Lavigne owns. Car collection. The first symbol of that spirit is her Jeep Wrangler, the car that defined her early post-tour years. She bought it when fame felt too loud and the open road promised silence. Its 3.6-liter V6 engine pushes 285 horsepower, built for dusty trails and midnight escapes. She first took it out toward Joshua Tree, roof off, stars overhead, her guitar case in the back. The wind was sharp, the night endless. And for the first time in months, she felt anonymous again. Today, worth around $50,000, the Wrangler remains her companion for those moments when she just wants to drive until the city disappears. Then there was the Hummer H2, loud, oversized, and unabashed. It matched her energy when Sk8er Boy dominated the charts and rebellion was her second skin. She'd show up to recording sessions with her band, music rattling the doors, eyeliner smeared, laughing at everything and nothing. Though it's now valued at around $75,000, its true value lies in the memories that built her career. Avril's world was expanding, and with it, her desire for limitless freedom. The Ford F-150 Raptor became her new stage. No audience, no spotlights, just the open sky and the roar of the engine echoing through nature. Under the hood was a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 engine, producing 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, giving her a feeling of power and independence with every press of the throttle. She first drove it on the road to Palm Springs, with a group of friends cruising under the bright sky, chasing the sunrise with music and laughter. Valued at around $90,000, this Raptor was a symbol of the maturity and free spirit that made Avril Lavigne who she is today. And then there was her Mercedes-Benz E-Class, the calm after the storm. Painted black, it felt more like a mobile shelter than a machine. She often drove alone, coffee in hand, the next tune forming somewhere between the headlights and the horizon. At about $65,000, it represented a level of grace and luxury that anyone could afford. These cars create a portrait of Avril not as a celebrity, but as a woman in motion, from the dusty roads of her youth to the polished streets of her present. And Avril Lavigne's journey is not only on the roads, but also on the values she creates. Now let's explore the assets that this female artist owns. Income and net worth. $60 million. That is the empire Avril Lavigne quietly built from the chords of a teenage dream. At 16, while most were still figuring out who they were, Avril signed a $2 million two-album recording deal with Arista Records. It was an audacious bet on a girl from Ontario who sang about skater boys and heartbreak like she had already lived a dozen lives. That deal was the spark, and Let Go, her debut album, was the explosion. With over 20 million copies sold worldwide, it turned her from small-town prodigy into a global voice for a generation of outsiders. From there, the money followed the music. Each record, from Under My Skin to The Best Damn Thing, didn't just sell songs, they sold rebellion wrapped in melody. Her tours grossed millions more, every arena packed with fans screaming lyrics she wrote in her bedroom. By the time she reached her late 20s, Avril had sold over 30 million albums and more than 50 million singles, cementing her as one of the best-selling female artists of her era. But music wasn't her only stage. Acting brought another stream of income. Voice roles in Over the Hedge and Charming, and cameos in Fast Food Nation and Going the Distance. Each project added six-figure checks and broadened her reach beyond music. Then came fashion, her own clothing line, Abby Dawn, inspired by the punk princess image that made her iconic. What began as a passion project turned into a million-dollar brand, worn by fans and celebrities alike. Real estate became another key chapter in her financial story. In 2004, with her then-husband, Derek Whibley, she bought Travis Barker's Bel Air mansion for $9.5 million, a Gothic modern paradise that they sold years later. Her Malibu home, perched above Zuma Beach, became her latest sanctuary, purchased for $7.8 million in 2020 and listed in 2023 for $12 million. Endorsements and licensing filled the rest. Her image, her voice, her very name became a brand, featured in campaigns, soundtracks, and collaborations across continents. From fragrance lines to video game soundtracks, Avril turned her creativity into currency without ever losing her edge. Her fortune is not just measured in money, but in freedom. To write what she wants, live where she loves, and keep the engines of her Beverly Hills and Malibu homes humming quietly behind the gates of the life she built from music. Behind the spotlight of her career, Avril still has a kind and loving heart. She uses her fame and fortune to share, help, and spread good things to the community. Philanthropy. In 2010, Avril founded the Avril Lavigne Foundation, which supports people with serious illnesses, disabilities, and Lyme disease. Through partnerships with Easter Seals, Erase MS, and Make-A-Wish, the foundation provides treatment funding, therapy programs, and inclusive recreation activities for disadvantaged children and youth. The foundation has raised approximately $309,000 and spent more than $150,000 directly on grants and programs. The foundation donated $15,000 to the Limelight Foundation, which helps fund treatment for children with Lyme disease, and $7,500 to the Center for Courageous Kids, which hosts therapy camps for children with disabilities. In 2015, she released the song Fly, written during her recovery, as a charity single to raise money for the Special Olympics World Summer Games. Every download, every stream, every lyric sung became part of a greater purpose. The campaign raised enough to sponsor 30 athletes to compete in Los Angeles that year. Avril even featured these athletes in the official music video, showing their stories of strength and resilience. During her 30th birthday, instead of a lavish party, Avril asked her fans to donate. The campaign brought in over $80,000 within days, funds that sent those Special Olympics athletes to the 2015 Games. That same year, she launched Camp Summertime Avril Rockstars, a partnership with Easter Seals, to provide summer camp scholarships for children with disabilities. Her foundation funded 50 campers that year, giving them a week of music, art, and freedom, experiences many of them had never had before. Avril's kindness has always extended beyond borders. In 2011, after the devastating earthquake and tsunami in Japan, she designed a charity t-shirt for her brand Abby Dawn called Abby Dawn for Japan. Each shirt sold for $25, and all proceeds went to Mercy Corps' Comfort for Kids program, supporting children traumatized by the disaster. Years later, when the world was brought to its knees by the COVID-19 pandemic, Avril once again turned her music into a weapon of hope. She re-recorded her song Warrior as We Are Warriors, donating all proceeds to Project Hope, an international organization providing medical aid and protective equipment to frontline workers. Her fans responded, raising tens of thousands of dollars within weeks. Every act of giving from Avril Lavigne feels like a verse from one of her songs, raw, personal, and full of heart. Her philanthropy is not about grandeur, but about impact. It reflects the girl who once sang about defiance and now uses that same fire to heal others. After years of giving back to the community, Avril Lavigne's story takes a lighter turn, one of love, balance, and renewed vitality. Join us as we take a look at what her life is like now. Personal life. Currently, Avril Lavigne is living the most balanced period of her life, between the bright spotlight and the rare quiet moments behind the scenes. She is still working hard on the Greatest Hits Tour 2024 to 2025, a global tour that takes her across the US and Europe, where audiences still sing along to the songs associated with their youth. On May 30th, 2025, during the night at Madison Square Garden in New York, Avril moved the audience when she invited her mother up on stage, hugged her tightly, and thanked her for always believing, sacrificing, and following her throughout the long journey. That moment spread strongly on social networks, both warm and showing that family love is still the most sacred thing to her. In the midst of a busy schedule, Avril finds simple joy in her kitchen. She has revealed on her podcast that cooking is her way of feeling normal again in a world that is constantly on the move. She loves Italian food, likes to make pasta, bruschetta, and caprese salad, and sometimes a traditional Canadian Sunday roast dinner. Avril even joked that if she were to stop touring, she would like to launch a cookbook or a food TV show, where audiences would see a different Avril, one that is gentle, genuine, and not covered by any stage makeup. Her health is still something she takes great care of. After going through a Lyme crisis, Avril learned to listen to her body and slow down. She maintains a healthy diet, limiting sugar, dairy, and gluten, and practices yoga, meditation, and light walking to keep her energy stable. Regarding work, Avril is still busy and inspired. In May 2025, she released Young and Dumb, a collaboration with Simple Plan, a nostalgic yet youthful song, as a reminder that the spirit of her 20s has not died out. In September of the same year, she also appeared on stage with Billy Idol, singing the song 77, a combination of two generations of rockers that excited fans. Regarding love, Avril is still silent. After past relationships, she chose to focus on work and enjoy her own freedom. Rumors about a new person sometimes appear, but she neither confirms nor denies them, simply because she has learned that there are things that are most beautiful when kept private. At 39, Avril is no longer the rebellious girl of Sk8er Boy, but a woman who knows the value of peace. Music, family, and cooking. These are the three things that keep her strong in the storm of fame. And perhaps it is that very harmony that makes Avril Lavigne today more radiant than ever. Not just a star, but a real person, living fully in every moment. Through the ups and downs, Avril Lavigne still retains the spirit of the rebellious girl from back then, except that today she sings with a seasoned heart and lives with the peace she once sought. And if you also want to see a mature Avril Lavigne, both sweet and rebellious, subscribe to the channel now. There are many behind-the-scenes stories, tours, and everyday moments waiting for you behind the door of her life.